Kia ora fam. Wow, what a time to be alive. And I'm saying this for like so many different reasons. I'm actually going to hold the screen so I know that you all can hear me. If you're unfamiliar with me, I'm Janina Asiedu. I'm a queer Ghanaian ancestral medium, artist, herbal ritualist based in Aotearoa. There are so many energies at play at the moment, and so if you're feeling like you are moving through a lot, you're tired, you're restless, you're tired again, it's understandable, and it's probably not just you. You'll probably be feeling your best if you are regularly grounding, which means looking after yourself, nourishing yourself. It's giving like Queen of Pentacles energy, so that would be like looking after your physical health, receiving more, but receiving what is going to be nourishing for you. I have been processing a lot of information for myself personally, but then also on behalf of the collective as well. So I'm just gonna see what source reminds me of as I am sitting here. But while we wait for the first message to come through, I also wanted to show off my little agre jewelry earrings. They're having a pop-up tomorrow. I think Central Ways in Tamaki Makaurau, and I'm pretty sure these will be available, so if you want to get them, go head to that sample sale. Yes, so yeah, I think one of the messages that I was getting for the collective for us is that this is a time for us to work on not only intimacy in our relationships, intimacy in our relationship with self, so knowing ourselves, and that's why that self-nourishment, that nurture but in a physical way is really important. That is quite a matriarchal thing. That's yeah. What else was I going to say? So yeah, nourishing ourselves on that physical level. But the cards that I had been seeing a lot were 2 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. So 2 and 4. So you might be seeing those numbers if this message resonates with you. 2 to me represents harmony. Some would say balance. So it can feel like a bit of a juggling act sometimes. But for me, it's harmony, it's peace, it's being able to coexist. 4 of Pentacles is more about boundaries, but not just like, don't do that, don't touch that, don't go there, don't cross that line. It's also about like what you invite in, what flows in your whare. And I'm thinking of the Adinkra symbol, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Fihankra, which comes from Fi, Fie, which means home, and Hankra, if that's how you say it, is circle. So I'm imagining like the current, if you're thinking or imagining with me like a Y, like waterway, or a body of water that filters through. Filtering has been a message that's been coming up for me a lot as well, especially just looking at different waterways and stuff, and looking at what, water is life and what that represents on an individual level and on like a greater spectrum scale, from a higher vision. And when I say high vision, I don't mean that in an egotistical sense. I just mean from like a bird's eye view. We are able to see how everything works together, the systems of stuff. But yeah, I felt like Source was saying, with 2 of Cups being the element of water, the cups, I'm not sure if that's Cancer as well. Cancer, we're in Cancer season. Um, but it's about that like nurture and intimacy and love, and attachment and connection and exchange. And so something that's is coming up for us in every aspect. This isn't just like, I would say this reflection collectively is not just like, oh, this is just with one person. Like, it's literally in everything. It's how we have that intimate exchange in our home, what intimacy and structure and stability and safety looks like in our intimate relationships. How are we going to coexist if this is the revolution and we are trying to create better structures and systems for ourselves, like I think something I can say in the past is like when I would go through something in terms of like with people, even with family, I would just be so quick to cut people off, and that works to some degree. It's okay to some degree, but we can't do that all the time, especially if we're in the same systems, a part of the same rivers. We're all connected. This river, for example, this river that I'm looking at now, connects to a greater one, and it filters through, um, and the moon controls the current as well. So there's a reminder there that how in touch we are as human beings with the moon. We are water, like physically, scientifically. And that's connected to the spiritual as well. So I feel like Source is also reminding us of the intimacy that we are supposed to have in exchange with the divine, with the cosmos, with the moon, the sun, the sky, the stars, the elements, and how that's a part of our structure and how it should be a part of our structure, and what we're building together as well. So maybe bringing that a little bit more into our relationships as well, doing things that are a bit more grounded, bring stability physically, are part of our home structure as we connect with each other. I will say with two, it does talk about more one-on-one time. So some of us might be more inclined to get to know people more one-on-one. There could still be other people around, but maybe just the exchange is more intimate or whatever. I don't know. That Adinkra symbol that I was talking about before, maybe I will put a little photo up of it on the screen, but it is designed, or the Adinkra symbol is, what was I going to say? Like the old school way that Ghanaians would build their whare. And so there's one entrance, one exit, and I think there's like, I guess it's like a square shape. If it's up here, you'll see. And then each corner, I guess, is a space where people would be living, whatever. But that circle is created in the middle, I guess, and it brings that current in terms of direction and the physical layout. But it's also within the spiritual, the emotional, the mental, how we set things up physically is connected to how we are spiritually, emotionally, mentally. We cannot separate it. That's not how, if we're operating from an indigenous perspective, you can't separate it, and you can't get around it. And I feel like Source is trying to highlight things to us that we can change, shift, ground, continue to nurture. Yeah. So I feel like those have been some big lessons for me, and I can feel and see that happening around me as well. Yeah, so I guess the question that would come from this would be like, what are you building? What kind of intimacy are you nurturing? How are you nurturing this? What kind of home do you want? What does home mean to you? Who's in your home? Who's flowing through as well? Is there stagnance in any part of what you're building, and where's that coming from? And where are you mirroring certain things as well, in whatever way or that resonates, you know. How would you like to be more intimate with the divine, with divine nature, with the earth? What potential there is to build at a time like this within community, within the collective. Um, yeah, so if you have any answers to those reflections, please feel free to comment down below. Um, I think for me personally, an affirmation that I am going to be saying is, and have been saying, but want to continue to say it more, is I follow, what is it? I follow my heart and soul's true desires and intentions, because it can be so easy to get caught up in following other people's ideals or vision or heart or will for you or your life, or what your structure should be like, or um, it's also about boundaries, like, you know. So that's probably the affirmation that I'll be saying. So what affirmation will you be saying over yourself? Let me know in the comments. Please like and share this. It's a great way of exchanging for our time and energy for this channel. If you received something, we appreciate it. If you want to book a personal tarot reading, you can do that on our website. That will be on the screen or in the description caption. And I think we're going to do, or I don't know if we're going to do new moon readings. If so, that will be posted up tomorrow. Um, if not, you can grab a new moon tarot reading on our website as well. I'm sending you all heaps of love. And please be kind to yourself and compassionate with yourself through the process.